answering the question. Tell me about what Walter Hyde meant to you and what he means to you in the future.
Well, Walter was a real kindred spirit. I wasn't a good friend of Walter Snover's. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. But I would say in the time period of Uncle Walt's band, there were a handful of bands that understood and played American swing music with a stringed flavor. You know what I mean? With a string band. Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks, Asleep at the Wheel, and Uncle Walt's band. And there were probably a few more, a dozen more around the country, but let's just leave it at that. This was a style of music that was reminiscent of the 30s and 40s, but had been updated by our generation of people. And Dan Hicks was very successful at the time doing that, and it was a real kindred spirit thing. I went, oh wow, there's another group doing it. This is great, because it's like a commitment. You know, you have to play swing music. You're not going to get into the mainstream, and you're not going to play rock and roll shows for 10 to 40,000 people. It's a more intimate kind of music. So I always felt a real, kindred spirit with Walter and with all the guys in Uncle Walt's band, because they were pursuing the same thing. This rhythm, this swing thing led you down a singular path, and I was very comforting to know there were other people who had shared the same passion for this beat. Oh, this is a beat, and we put words to it.
But evidently, he was good at that.
Very good.
Where do you think Walter would have gone with this music? He seemed to be moved to Nashville. It seemed to be on the threshold of going bigger places. Do you know anything about that, or and just a sense of his music?
I know that Walter. Willie Nelson once told me about Nashville. He said, "Well, you got to go to the store if you want to sell your goods." Delbert McClinton told me, if you want to pick cotton, you got to go to the cotton field. And Walter was a songwriter, first and foremost, I think. And also, at his age, our age, understood that the perils of the road. He died of the perils of the road. So he was probably looking for that, and he would have done just fine. He'd have fit right in with the Nashville songwriter community. He already had. So I never quite thought about it till you asked, but it's the perils of the road that killed Walter Hyde, and every day we're out there. It's between bus crashes, plane crashes, transportation. It's just part of the road, but it's tough.
How important is the songwriter to the musical community?
Well, at this point in time, songwriter is it. The songwriter is the engine that runs the machine. So, in terms of financial things, it's a lot. It's not easy, but it's another way to make money in the music business and still practice your art. So it's the engine that runs everything. As they get the song, and then arrangers, musicians, singers, publicists, artists, they all can then go do their job. But the song's got to come first.
Amongst your peers in the business, was Walter thought highly of?
Oh yeah, just check out these benefits. We don't go do benefits for people we don't think highly of and love. And that's what's going on today.
Walter was a prolific songwriter. Do you have any comments on just his contribution of his body of work?
Oh, it just had